Hi everyone, my name is Kyle Charbonneau and I'm a comm major here at GCU. I'm from a little town called Newberg, which is right outside of Portland, Oregon. For most of my schooling career, I went to a private Christian school in Newberg, Oregon, known as Veritas, and from there I actually transferred to Newberg High School, which is a public school. And of course from there, obviously, I am now at GCU. As a child, I was extremely competitive. And this was not always a good thing, especially when it came to my personal relationships. I tried to be the best at whatever I could, and whoever stood in my way of that, or whoever I thought stood in my way of that, I'd go right through them. And I actually lost a lot of friends because of this. But in 5th grade, I kind of mentally flipped a switch, and I tried to find that happy medium in which I could use my competitiveness to get good grades and to be very athletic, but still have those personal connections and be able to turn it off when I needed to. Now, here at GCU, I think I'm using that competitiveness to be the best me that I can be. I have great grades, I have great friends, I have a great athletic career ahead of me, and I'm doing whatever I can to achieve all these things while still building those personal connections. You could say my self-esteem went from very low to very high as I transitioned from middle school, elementary school, to high school and now college. I think one of the things that actually made that transition as easy as it possibly could be was my perception on my environment and the world around me. As I mentioned before, in 9th grade I switched from that small private school to the much larger public school in Newberg. I had 13 kids in my previous class and I went to 500 in my new class. A lot of people, I think, would say that they had problems making that sort of transition, but I believe that my perception really helped me do that. I see the world in a glass half full type of way, and in every new environment, I look for the best in everyone and everything. I also believe that I'm a very responsible person, and I think the best way to describe that is with my use of time orientation. When it comes to things I truly care about, I have more of a monochronic time orientation. Whether that's classes or family events or even getting to my races on time for cross country or track, I am exactly on time, exactly where I need to be, exactly when I want to be. However, when it comes to things that are slightly less important to me, I have a much more polychronic time orientation. I'll never leave a conversation with someone just if I have to go have another conversation with someone else. If you invite me over to your house, odds are that I'll be there half an hour or an hour later than I said I would. Overall, I think I'm very responsible when it comes to things that are extremely important to me, and I'm always there on time. But if it's slightly less important, or less important that I'm actually there on time, odds are I will absolutely not be there on time. I find it extremely easy to communicate with new people. I look for the best in them, and this is shown by what I mentioned earlier with the glass half full type of perception. I believe that I thrive in new environments. But I think another reason of this is because I surround myself with people who like the same activities and hobbies that I do. I'm a very competitive person, and I love competing in sports or other things such as those. And most of my friends are in the same situations that I'm in. However, I think that pretty much everyone will associate themselves with people that like the same things as they do. Lastly, I'd like to talk about my parents. I believe that I have pretty good relationships with almost everyone that I meet, but my parents are the ones that I'm closest to. They are my rock, and they have helped me through the ups and downs of my life. I'll always turn to them when I need. Thank you for listening to my video, and my name once again is Kyle Charbonneau. See you later.